All right, guys, we're live on both YouTube and TikTok. Let's take a look at this. This is Joe Biden addressing the nation after President-elect Trump's victory. Incredible stuff. Hopefully the world is healing. Let's just see what we got here. Whoa, special reports. It's Joe Biden. It's
Thank
Joe
you.
Biden, guys.
Good to see this cabinet and staff together here.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm honestly shocked because Joe Biden seems like almost capable right now. He seems like he's talking normally. It's all like right off the bat. Maybe he's just not feeling stressed out anymore.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
Joe Biden, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here.
Very nice.
And how are you, honey?
I'm good.
For over
How are
200
you?
years, America has carried
He's not Sleepy Joe no more. He's awoken Joe.
on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world.
True, I agree with that.
That's not hyperbole. That's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails.
How is he talk? If he could speak like this, why didn't he just run again?
Yesterday,
He must. It must be something where he can't talk after like 8 p.m. or something.
I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition.
Well, that's nice. See, guys, Democrats are so much better at transitioning than Republicans. Okay.
That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much.
What's that?
Her character.
I feel kind of bad for her. I feel like maybe she didn't get like enough time. I feel like maybe she didn't really get enough time to run for president. But also, she focused a little too much on talking about how Trump was bad. Not that he's good, and not enough on like meaningful policy conversations. It would have been nice if we had those meaningful policy conversations. You know, specifically like the policy. Like, I don't know, man. Just be honest with the American people. I feel like would have been kind of a nice thing to do. I don't know. It would have been nice if we got some context, because I think a lot of people are looking at the election or Biden's election and going like, wow, the economy's in such a bad spot. I was doing better under Trump. What's going on here? And that is true, but I don't think it's because of Trump. I think it's circumstances. You know, Trump inherited a good economy from Obama. Biden had inherited a bad economy from Trump and COVID, obviously. They had to deal with the disaster of COVID. They had to deal with the disaster of the Ukraine, like a war between Russia and Ukraine. That had a lot of economic hits to us. If Harris said like, hey, listen, like things are tough and it does suck. And that's because of what's going on over there. And like, just hold on for a little while longer because we're doing better than everybody else. I think that there could have been some positivity there.
She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character.
Democrats being a little bit harsher on the border, being like, hey, there is a border problem. It's not a bunch of illegals coming over. It is people seeking asylum coming over, but they're coming over en masse. It's too much. We need to figure out how to deal with it. Part of that's going to be more money to the border to expedite the process, that people will go through the legal process and get rejected faster. This way they're not in the country because it takes several years. They're not in the country, and by that time it's hard to track them down. You know, these are different conversations we could have had. You know, conversation about technology displacing jobs and driving downward wages. That could have been good too.
She gave her whole heart.
I think the American people, if they heard like, listen, things are tough right now because of this circumstance, we're going to do our best. You know, just try to bear it. I think that could have been positive. I think that American people would have said like, they would have responded to that well, I hope.
Effort. And she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America since our very founding has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win.
I've never heard him say that before, but I agree. I mean, I still love this country. Emotionally, I think we're doomed because I don't think Trump ran on any meaningful policy, and he also is an insurrectionist. But I also hope that he does well. I don't want to see him fail. I want to see America thrive. So I just hope that whatever crazy shit Trump comes up with, that the checks and balances keep him in check somewhat.
You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something that I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system.
That I feel like we have to be able to get over at this point, right? Trump won twice. Okay, there's no magical shadow government keeping him from winning the election. We have to at least, if we can get past that, we're in a much better spot, right? If we can get past that whole conspiracy, like election conspiracy bullshit, I feel like we're in a good spot. That's the biggest thing I feel like we need to overcome. Because there's this ridiculous idea that Trump's election was stolen from him in 2020. It wasn't. He lost fair and square. Okay, Trump is really good at beating women, not very good at beating senile old men. So that's super impressive, Donald Trump. But please, we really need to get rid of these. That's like the biggest problematic narrative, is this like idea that there's like these conspiracies. Like, I think that there is obviously different forms of corruption in the American government. Like, that's true. Nobody's gonna ever. I mean, I would hope nobody would be stupid enough to deny that. Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna have to ban you from the chat. You're so annoying. I got my train of thoughts gone, dude. Oh my god. Where was I even saying? I'll pick it up in a second.
It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes. Yeah, the chatter derailed my conversation. I think I was just saying that there's no election fraud. There was no meaningful election fraud that had any impact on anything. We need to knock it off with the bullshit narratives. It's a victim complex conspiracy theory bullshit artist, like crybaby nonsense. The fact that conservatives were still willing to vote for Trump, even though he was a crybaby about the election, is beyond me. I mean, I will say one thing: like the Conservative Party, the Republican Party, is not the party of daddy anymore. The Republican Party really isn't the daddy party anymore. They used to be like the firm, strong hand, but now they're kind of like the little bitch boy, baby, femboy party. Like, I don't really understand. Protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens.
Duty.
I will do my duty as president.
Nice. I like duty.
I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution.
Okay.
On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America.
Incredible.
To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished. It's been a historic presidency. Not because I'm president, because what we've done, what you've done.
I hope that you elaborate on that. Because I mean, I don't know if it's a historic presidency. He did a good job as president. He got us through a pretty rough time. He got us, like, post-COVID was pretty big. And now Trump's going to inherit a nice economy again. And he's probably going to flounder like he did last time. It's going to look like he did a lot. And it's like, okay, that'll be something. But
a presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt we felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in.
Yeah, I mean, there's like infrastructure bills that are just starting to kick in now. So there's going to be roads and there's going to be highways and there's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be built. And I wonder if Trump's going to try to take credit for that because that's a Biden policy. That's a Biden. That is a Biden policy. So
we're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done, changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty because it takes time to get it done.
All right, you can start to see him slipping at minute 4, guys.
And so much more. It's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it.
You know, he will. Yeah, I mean, that's the unfortunate part is that like there's no education for people to like have any understanding of what was done by who and et cetera, et cetera. I just hope that people have the right productive conversation. I think that this is like marking a point where we need to start moving forward, having the correct and constructive conversations about things. You know, try to bring that back. Thank you for the $5 from Z King. We had B MAGA, which means Biden made America great again. Incredible.
There's so much we can get done. And will get done based the way the legislation.
Did I see that New York stopped giving migrants debit cards? I didn't see that, but I wouldn't doubt it. I heard like there is an issue. There is an issue that's like impacting everybody. I mean, it would be nice if like the border wasn't something. I don't really understand exactly why Democrats are so against the border conversation. I guess I don't really understand. I mean, it just seems to be competition for the sake of it. I know that Republicans can be very restrictive. You know, maybe there's like, oh, let's go in the complete opposite direction. I don't really get it, so that they can get a better. I don't know. I really don't know. There's obviously an issue.
It was passed, and it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable.
Wow, based Biden.
We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would
is if you can get up again, because you're never going to keep us down.
It says how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting.
I gotta say, I really do enjoy Biden more, you know, than Kamala Harris. I like the way he talks until he can't talk anymore. Although I like that too. Who wants to hear somebody talk all fucking day, you know? But I really do. He's I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm racist.
It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you.
I'm grateful for him. I feel like he really cares about the country. Yeah, me too. I think he really cares about the country too. I think that's one of the things that I like about him. Like, I feel like to him, he actually does care, you know?
Well, God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
President Biden in the Rose Garden to applause there at the White House.
All right. Short, sweet, to the point. Beautiful speech, man. You know, beautiful speech.